Okay, so I found a very fantastic way to actually make a GUI font switcher for Hyprland specifically. Now this works because what we're going to be using, the tool, okay, is such a tool that it allows you to make GUI boxes and basically like UIs and stuff without having to write any of the actual underlying GTK or Qt code. So that works out for us. And also because Hyprland is a tiling window manager and you don't actually get those titles, okay, it still renders just well enough that you can use it just like any other GUI application, something like your web browser, which doesn't actually require a title bar. Basically, this is the best way to make a font switcher. So the entire idea is this, okay? First, we're going to be using an app called YAD, yet another dialogue, in order to make sure that we can make these dialogues themselves. Okay, that's what they actually are. They are dialogues that are written using Bash. Well, not Bash, but actually this YAD program, but we'll get to that in a second. The scripting, the actual functionality part, that's going to be in Bash. Now, I have already implemented this feature to an extent in my appearance section inside of my compositor over here. So right now, there's a font section right here, right? So if I wanted to change the font right now, my bar, the font of my bar is SF Pro Display, okay? And the font of my UI, that is going to be, would you call this font? Yeah, this one's Google Sans Flex. So if I wanted to change the font to something completely different, let's say I wanted to change it to, let's just see here, let's open fonts. Now I can also change it for a specific app. So the font that's currently being used for Rofi and all of the other UI elements, apart from the bar, is Google Sans Flex. Now, let's say I wanted to change it for only one specific tool. I just have to pick that. Let's say Rofi. I can change that to something like Roboto. And then now if I open Rofi, you will definitely notice that the font has changed. Now, let's do this for everything so you can see currently what it works like. Now, let's say I wanted to change this to something like Rubik. Now, the bar's font is Rubik, as well as the launcher, and as well as the thing that you're seeing over here, the browser. The font weight is increased a little because I'm using gtk.css, config gtk 3.0, gtk.css in order to increase the font weight, but I only do this for weights, for fonts that have weights that are too thin by default, so that's not going to be a thing. Let's just change this back to Google Sans Flex, and let's get started with actually showing you how this is supposed to work. I'll also change the theme so we can get back to the usual font. Great. Okay, and by the way, if you want to learn how to make stuff like custom theme switchers, which is also a part of my setup, along with how to make wallpaper switchers, like this one where you just choose your favorite wallpaper from a list of a bunch of different ones and watch as your system completely adapts. That is exactly what I cover inside of Hyper Accelerator, which is the program that's the first link in the description. If I just show you, as you can see over here, Hyper Accelerator is a program with over 10 hours of content where I cover exactly how you can make your setup in this way, exactly, okay? Without copying any other dot files, but by actually writing everything that you're seeing from scratch on your own. So in this theme switchers module, for example, it's a 2-hour-long module, which took me just over a week to make. And here I cover what theme switchers actually are, the different kinds, how to set up wallpaper-based theme switching, custom theme switching, and more stuff like that. If I were to show you the actual code part, that looks a little something like this. This is basically where I write the code along with you, and then I walk you through it so that you're writing along with me and not just copying and pasting, which means that you're actually going to be able to debug your setup in case it breaks. And then if you wanted to extend it with features of your own, like let's say I wanted to add an animation section here to your own appearance menu, which I also teach you how to do and make yourself. Okay, you can do that instead of using AI or just going over to forums and then just begging for help, okay? That is exactly what I teach you inside of the program, how you can do all of this yourself so that you learn a new skill and are actually able to make the setups that you want. So if you want that, you can go ahead, click the first link in the description right now and check out the program. Now, how to make this is very simple. Let's just show you the main feature we're going to be using of YAD, which in this case is going to be help font, okay? Not help font, but actually -- font. Now, if we were to actually run YAD, it will look something like this, right? You can run it, and then this is a blank window because we haven't mentioned anything, okay? Here you can have a cancel button or an OK button. Now, depending on what you select by default, you can either get an exit status of 1 or 0. 0 meaning everything's okay, and 1 meaning something's not okay, okay? Generally, as a rule of thumb, when you get a 0 as an exit status, that means that everything's okay, and then anything other than 1, well, it dictates the kind of error that you're going to be dealing with in most cases. Usually it's going to be a 1, which means that something's failed and messed up. Okay, now, as for the actual font switcher, that looks something like this. YAD -- font. When you run it this way, it gives you a font switcher that you can choose, okay? Now, from here, you can actually choose any font that you want. Let's say you install a font by moving something like a what do you call it? Let's say sfmono.otf. You move that to something like .local share fonts. .local share fonts, okay? You do that, and then you're going to have inside of .local share fonts your font file, which means that it's going to be picked up by an app like NWG Look. Okay, here you can see the same font, or by any other app basically. Once you log out and log back in, or even just reload your cache with fc cache-r. Okay, that's going to reload. You can also pass in v to get it displayed verbosely, so you can see any errors that might be happening. Anyway, now from here you can choose any font. Let's say I wanted to go with something like SF Pro Text. So I choose SF Pro Text Regular. I choose my size that I want as well, and then I hit OK, and then it's going to spit out the actual selection that I made. Now, the reason why this is perfect, okay, and is much better than my current implementation of fonts, is because whenever I get a new font, okay, I'm going to have to add that in manually, and I can't change the size of the font over here. And so, if I actually wanted to improve this part of the appearance section, okay, I can keep the section for apps all the same, but as soon as I click on this one, something like GTK 3 or 4 or Hyprland or basically any one of these options, instead of choosing like, instead of showing me a menu like this one, I can instead have it pull up this YAD thing over here, the font dialog that you just saw. And with that, I can get the actual font and then pipe it to G settings in order to get it done. So that would look a little something like this. Let's say we got a font from YAD SF Pro Text 11. Now you just have to pass that same command to G settings. The command would look a little something like this. Okay, G settings set or .gnome.desktop.interface font-name, and then you're going to pass in the font. Now, the reason why it works so perfectly is because you're going to have to pass in the size right after here as well, and whatever size that you pick along with whatever font, that's what's going to be there basically. And so you can do that very simply like so. And let's just clear this out. Let's say I want to put in SF Pro Text 11. Okay, now once you do that, your font is going to be changed. And now if I open something like NWG Look, you should notice that the font is actually changed to SF Pro Text Regular 11. Now the same thing you can try with different font weights, okay? But I've tried it so many times in my 4 years of writing Hyprland, and I genuinely have not gotten it to work a single time to actually change the weight of the font without using the gtk.css trick I showed you earlier. So in order to actually change the weight of the font, just choosing a weight inside of here, something like SF Pro Text Medium, okay, is not going to do the trick. You have to actually go inside of gtk.css and then select everything with the universal selector like so, and then change the font weight, in which case it's going to appropriately change inside of every single GTK 3 or 4 app, okay? Oh, and by the way, this is only for GTK 3, as you might have assumed, because it's in GTK 3.0 folder, of course. So if you wanted to change it for GTK 4, well, you're going to have to repeat the process. And this import colors.css, that's something I do separately for the, the GTK theme, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Basically, you just need to know if you want to increase font weight, this is how you do it. Now, all that's left to do is basically just tie this into a script. So that would look a little something like this, okay? I am going to leave the implementation of the script up to you, but I will still write part of it in pseudocode so you can figure out the rest yourself. So let's call this something like font switcher.sh. Now shebang bin bash, that's going to be the interpreter we're going to be using. Okay, you're basically telling the shell to use the bash shell in order to actually interpret this file. You can even change it to something like user bin Python if you prefer writing your scripts in Python. Okay, now what you want to do is basically run that command, yad -- font. Okay, now once you run that, you're going to get output. Now, usually I'm not quite sure what the syntax for storing it in a variable is. It's been so long since I've programmed in Bash, but I'm assuming it would look something like this. Okay, so let's say font name. How would you font_name okay, font name equals $, okay, $yad -- font. And now if we just echo font $, font name, that should give us the font name that was used by the thing. So chmod font, okay, chmod +x font switcher.sh. Now if you /, okay, it gives us this. Now let's just choose the font, sans bold, change the size to 11. There you go, that works perfectly. Now let's go back into the font switcher, okay. Now that we have the actual font name, all that's left to do is just pass it into G settings. So you have to G settings set or .gnome.interface.font-name. That's going to be this $font_name. Now if I check the actual command, or GNOME desktop interface. Okay, or GNOME desktop interface, and this is separated. Is that right? Set GNOME desktop interface, font name, and then the font name itself. Perfect. And once you do that, should be set. Now, if you actually run the script again, font switcher, let's say I want to change it to something like SF mono regular, and you just run that, and then it runs successfully. We can even ask it to debug, print a debug message if we wanted to. Now, if you open NWG look, there you go. The default font has been changed. Now, I've only done this for GTK, okay? There's also other things that I can do this for, GTK 3 and 4. Now, let's see whether it's affected GTK 4 apps as well. Okay, it definitely has, which is fantastic, which means that we don't have to do any more on our behalf. Let's see what other apps we can do this for. So we can do this for Rofi, for Sway and C, and for Weibo as well. Now, for doing that, it's going to depend on what kind of config you have set up for Rofi, Sway and C, and Weibo specifically. So I'm going to leave that part to you. But helping you out with the GTK 3 and 4 thing, that's exactly what we're doing here, and that's exactly what I've done. Now, if I wanted to integrate it with my own font switcher, that would look something like this. You can take inspiration for the one that I have right over here, by the way, this appearance menu in what I'm going to show you. So it's going to be in config, color schemes, font switcher.sh. Oh, and by the way, this color schemes folder, along with font switcher and basically the entire rest of this appearance menu, also, I teach you how to make yourself completely, entirely, step by step inside of Hyper Accelerator. So if you want access to my dot files, which you can just take a look at and learn how it works whilst writing it yourself, okay, you can do that because I provide it right over here in additional bonuses. And not just that, but you won't really have a need for my dot files either because I'm going to be teaching you whatever it is that you need to know. So you can click the first link in the description right now and just go check it out once. Okay, now in here, as you can see, this is all the stuff that's going on. Now, it's been a while since I have read this, but anyway, I'm going to have to find the part where we're applying for GTK, okay? Apply GTK. Now, if chosen font, this part. Now, chosen font, we're going to have to integrate YAD into this in order to get it done. And that's something that I will choose to do later, later on, because it's been a while since I've read the script, and I'm going to have to give myself some time to get acquainted with it again. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. That is how you can use YAD in order to make dialog boxes to create custom GUI font switchers on Hyprland. And yeah, one last thing, okay? You're going to have to set up a window rule in order to make sure that the window is actually floating, because it's pretty annoying when the window gets tiled like a normal window. Now that you're going to have to do with window rules. So let's spin up YAD -- font again. We'll spin that up, and now hyperctl clients, because you want to see what's going on. We'll find that there is a YAD window. I'm pretty sure you can give it a title. You can definitely give it a title. Let's see here. YAD -- help. You want to grep title to see how you can. Okay, that doesn't work. Hold on. Yeah, no. Hold on a sec. Let's just print this. Is there a title anywhere? Okay, now, if it's not right here, we're going to have to look at it in. Hold on. Okay, let's look for man. Where is that? Man YAD. YAD. Okay, now there should be somewhere. Yeah, there you go. -- title. So you can use the title like so, and then give it an actual title, and then pick up the title in your window rules, or you can do it with a class, if I believe, class or a namespace. I'm not sure whether it would get a namespace because that's only for layers, but yeah, the title should work. That's good enough for our situation. So you can just call this YAD -- font -- title font switcher title font. Hold on, we'll put this in quotes. Font switcher. Okay, run that again. Now, if you hyperctl clients, see what clients are there. Font switcher. There you go. Perfect. Okay, that's the title of the window. Now we just have to get the window rule to pick up on that and center the window. Center it and give it a bunch of dimensions. So let me pull up the wiki so I can show you exactly how this looks. Hyper.land. Now in here, you want to go to window rules. Window rules. Okay, now I want to match with title. That should look something like this. Okay, match title, my window. Okay, got it. So the rule is going to look something like this. Hyper modules. Where's that? Rules.conf. Just go down here and then you add. Hold on, let's layer rules. Let's go up here. Window rule equals match title font switcher, and then you have to choose what exactly you want to do. Okay, now in the effects, you want to float on, or we can even do it this way, but that I can discuss later on. We'll just add multiple window rules to get the job done if we have to. Okay, float on, full screen, okay. Move to the center. Okay, resize the window to a given size, 2 expressions, so this is in pixels, I believe. Okay, no, instead of float, you just center on. Float on, center on as well. Float on, and then we'll get 1 sec. Hold on, yeah. Center on, along with window rule equals, what else? Float on, center on, what else, bro? Yes, size. Size, I want to do the same thing, and then get size here. Size, what's that going to be? Let's say, okay, so the height, 200 by 300 should be good enough. Let's try that. 200, 300. Okay, now let's just see whether it works. Hit go again. There you go, perfect. Now, if you're actually using the hyperbars option, the plugin actually, you can use the title bar as well in case you wanted to see it. But anyway, that's something that you can do yourself if you wanted to. I'll set this back to Google Sans Flex regular 11.5 because I like that. There you go. Here it doesn't do anything, of course, because it's not mapped properly. Just go back to NWG look and set it there. And yep, that is pretty much it for how you can make whatever it is that we just did. All without writing a single line of GTK code yourself. Pretty sweet, isn't it? If you liked the video, you can hit like, and if you want to learn how to make something like this yourself, along with more cool tips and tricks like the ones that you saw in this video, that is of course inside of Hyper Accelerator. I've taught, what, 400 or so people now, and pretty much every single one of them has loved it, and I'm pretty sure you are going to be one of them too. So don't wait any longer. Go ahead, click the first link in the description right now, and check out the program. If you liked, hit like. If you loved it and want to see more like this in your feed, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time. Stay rising.